Hello, this is Jeff at Magical Fruit Toots. In this Photoshop tutorial, we will stylize a map of South Bend, Indiana, using the college town style for the University of Notre Dame. You should be able to use this method to style your own college town. MapZen will be closing down February 1st, 2018, so updated shapefiles for Metro extracts, as well as custom extracts, won't be available. As an alternative, I recommend the open source hot export tool by the humanitarian Openstreetmap team. I have made a tutorial on this channel on how to use it. Since South Bend was the first tutorial I made using the hot export tool, I based the tutorial on South Bend. I really like the hot export tool. Not only does it allow you to visually expand or shrink the shapefile's boundary, but it allows you to reduce the amount of features to only the ones you choose. These two advantages allow for efficient shapefiles that are only as large as necessary to get the job done. First, you should create a basic South Bend map using the open source TileMill program, and use the hot export tool to retrieve the map data shapefiles necessary. Please follow the instructions in the Hot Export Tool tutorial on this channel as a replacement for the MapZen Metro extracts. Place the shapefile in your project directory. Uncompress and rename the extract folder to help you identify it. Here are the files in the South Bend OSM PGSQL shapefile folder after uncompressing. If you have not yet done so, you should view the Photoshop Map Art Basics tutorial on this channel for instructions on how to make the basic map and to export it to the Photoshop PSD file. To make it easier for you, I have placed the Carto CSS code for the South Bend map in the description area for this tutorial. Please notice that no code was used for the airport runways. Add the code for the Notre Dame area above the South Bend boundaries code as shown. To see how to find the name for your college, see my tutorial, View Shapefile Attribute Tables with Excel, ArcGIS Desktop, or QGIS on this channel. Also, you should export the Notre Dame area as a separate SVG file, in addition to the city, water, and streets exports. To assist you with the project settings, here is the project settings that I used for South Bend. Open up the SBBegin Photoshop file. The order of the layers should be from top to bottom. Streets, Water, Notre Dame, and City. Rename and reorder them if necessary. Here is the result. Press Ctrl-Alt+A to select all layers. Then right-click and choose Rasterize Layers. Select the City layer. Make a new layer below the City layer by holding down the Ctrl and Alt key while selecting the Add New Layer icon on the bottom of the Layers panel. Name the layer Land. Change the foreground color to number 002 B5B, a dark blue. Press Alt or Option plus Backspace to fill the land layer with the foreground color. To crop your image for easy framing, open the Crop tool, set to 4:5 ratio. Use the Rule of Thirds overlay. Here's the settings used for the Crop tool. Hold down Shift and Alt while dragging in on the upper right corner. Here you want to leave a little space above the top left area of the city as demonstrated. Next, center the city by using the cursor to drag left or right, then let go of the mouse. Finally, drag the crop up from the bottom as much as you can, keeping in mind that you need to leave space on the bottom for the city name and the college name. Click the big check mark to accept. Choose the Hand tool to turn off the Crop tool. Now to bring the width up to the 4000 pixels we want, choose Image, Image Size from the menu. Change the width to 4,000 pixels. The height should automatically change to 5,000 pixels. Choose File, Save As. Then save the document as Southbend Begin 2. Then immediately save the document as Southbend 1. As we want to have Southbend Begin 2 available in case we need to start over again. Move to the Notre Dame layer. Duplicate the layer. To merge the city and the Notre Dame layer, select the Notre Dame layer. Control-click the city layer. Right-click and choose Merge Layers. Rename the merged layer City. Temporarily turn off the eye of the Notre Dame copy layer, the streets layer, and the water layer. This map is not meant to be accurate, but an artistic representation. So next we will simplify the city shape. We will do this in 2 passes. The first pass is the Fill pass. In the Fill pass, we will fill in areas wholly or mostly surrounded by city proper. These areas are usually unincorporated areas that are not officially part of the city, but are contained mostly within it. We also will fill little indented areas of the main outline, such as this. Make the city layer active. Open up a standard hard brush. Alt or Option-click the city yellow. Turn back on the eye of the Notre Dame copy layer. I started with the areas on the lower sides of Notre Dame. I used the polygonal selection tool to select and fill areas next to the Notre Dame border. After selecting, press Alt plus Backspace to fill with yellow. Here I selected rectangles around 2 areas mostly surrounded by the city, then filled them with city yellow. Next, a quick pass around the outline using the same tool. Here is the result after the Fill pass. The second pass is the Mask pass. In the second pass, we will remove small areas outside the city that, although they may be owned by the city, they are generally not considered part of the city proper. These areas may include city-owned airports, storage or service facilities, or newly annexed neighborhoods. Also, we will remove small jutty areas. Select the city layer and add a mask to it. Make sure that the mask is selected and that the brush is black. Select the polygonal selection tool to select areas to be removed. When selected, press Alt Backspace to fill with black, which will hide them. Then Ctrl plus D to deselect. Start with areas outside the city proper that you don't want, or small areas that jut out from the main city outline. The city shape should look something like this when you are finished. With the mask selected, right-click and choose Apply Layer Mask. Next, to add our gradient overlay layer style, change the foreground color to number B18B03 and the background color to number DCB439. Add a gradient overlay layer style. Set to foreground to background. Opacity 77%, style radial, angle 90 degrees, and the scale 62%. Turn on the streets layer and make it active. Add a mask to the street layer. Control-click the city to select it. Inverse the selection so everything but the city is selected. Alt plus backspace to fill with black and hide the streets outside the city. Deselect. If all looks well, right-click the streets mask and choose Apply Layer Mask. Next, we will make a muted street design overlay for the city. Shift Ctrl plus N to make a new layer above the streets layer. Name it Streets Design. Open a brush tool. Choose a hard round brush at 100% opacity with 1 pixel size. Make the foreground color white. Control-click the streets thumbnail. The streets design layer is still active. Open the Paths panel. From the Paths settings, choose Make Work Path. Tolerance of 2.0. Click OK to accept. When the work path appears, double-click it and give it a name. I used Streets Path. Right-click the path and choose Stroke Path. Simulate pressure should not be checked. Press OK. Click an empty area of the Paths panel to turn off the Paths view. Go back to the Layers panel. Turn off the old Streets layer. Make the Streets Design blend mode Soft Light. Zoom in so you can see the street design better. It will be more noticeable if you print the image, especially on larger sizes. Ctrl-0 to fit the screen. Now we will stroke a path of the city outline. Your foreground color should be white. Open the brush tool with the hard round brush set to size 28. Make the city layer active. Ctrl-Shift plus N to make a layer above the city layer. Name it Path Stroke. While the Path Stroke layer is active, Control-click the city thumbnail to select the city outline. Open the Paths panel. In the settings, choose Make Work Path. Tolerance of 2. Double-click the work path and rename it to City Outline. Right-click the City Outline path and choose Stroke Path. Simulate pressure should not be checked. Press OK. Click any empty area of the Paths panel to turn off the Paths view. Go back to the Layers panel. Move the Notre Dame copy layer below the Path Stroke layer. Add a drop shadow layer effect to it. Opacity 38%, angle 112 degrees, distance 16 pixels, spread 2%, and size 10 pixels. Next, we will add canvas border strokes. Move to the top layer. Press Shift-Control plus N to create a new layer on top. Name it Border Strokes. Change the mode to Soft Light. Check the Fill with Soft Light Neutral Color 50% gray box. Now to add 2 strokes. Add a stroke layer effect. Size 84 pixels, position center, color white. Now click the plus button across from the stroke To add another stroke, select it. Size 84 pixels, position inside, and color number B18B03. To add a star to the center of Notre Dame, move to the Notre Dame copy layer. Choose the Custom Shape tool. Choose the 5-point star from the Shapes drop-down. If you don't see the star, click the Settings gear drop-down. Then choose Shapes from the list. Click the Append button. Now choose the star. Choose a tool mode of shape. Click the Fill Color box. Then choose the color picker. Use the eyedropper to choose the background blue color. Press OK to accept the color. Now press Enter to accept the changes to the shape color. Now click the stroke box. Then choose the color picker and choose white. Press OK to accept the color. Press Enter to accept the change to the stroke color. Make the stroke size 10 pixels. In the settings, define proportions and from center should be checked. Zoom to the Notre Dame area. Place the cursor near the center of the Notre Dame area and drag out to about the size as demonstrated. Let go of the mouse. Press Escape. Fit to screen. Next, to add the bottom text, move to the top layer. Choose the Text tool. For South Bend, Indiana, choose Century Gothic Bold font. Size 64 pixels. Color B58F08. Center text option should be selected. The tracking should be set to 75. Type in South Bend, Indiana near the bottom as demonstrated. Click the big check mark to accept. Add a stroke layer effect of 10 pixels. Position center, color white. Add a new layer on top. Open the text tool again. Change the size to 36 points. Type in Home of Notre Dame Fighting Irish as demonstrated. Press the big check mark to accept. Add a stroke layer effect of 6 pixels. Position center, color white. While the top text layer is selected, hold down Control and select the bottom text layer. Select the Move tool. Press Ctrl-A to select all. Click the Align Horizontal Centers icon to center horizontally. Deselect. Select the Notre Dame top layer. Finally, use the Move tool and the up or down arrow keys to adjust the text lines vertically. Move to the South Bend text and also adjust with the up or down arrow keys as necessary. Continue adjusting each line as needed. Press the Hand tool to turn off the Move tool. Delete the Streets layer as it is no longer needed. Delete the Water layer as it is not used in this map. Here is the final image. This concludes the tutorial. Thanks for watching.